we knew even before we started dating that communication was a big factor, so we started off making ourselves communicate even when it was uncomfortable or inconvenient to make sure we were on the same page and there wasn't one person's opinion or way getting pushed out of the way of the other.
Well, he needs to be honest and caring, sensitive of my feelings and of others.
I think there's lots and lots of trust. Trust is the biggest thing ever, because without trust you can have nothing.
I think respect is really important. I think if you don't respect each other and what the other person's interests are and who the other person is as an individual, then you lose a lot.
Just that we can chill together, you know, we can be friends as well as in a relationship too.
Basically somebody that you can trust and that understands you and like tries to support you.
Are you in a healthy relationship right now?
No, I'm not.
What makes your relationship unhealthy?
We have trust issues and we argue about the littlest thing.
Possessiveness and controlling. He wanted to control me, so I thought it was best if we just went our separate ways.
I think you have to know who you are as a person, because I think it's really easy if you don't know who you are as an individual to just let yourself be changed or to just give in what another person wants, and then you lose that whole, boundaries between being individuals and working together and just like doing whatever that person wants you to do or becoming who they want you to be.
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends and myself in the past who've been really manipulated by people, and they're just changed completely.
Have you ever felt pressure to stay in a relationship because the other person might hurt themselves or something along those lines?
Yes.
How'd you deal with it?
Just being honest with them and telling them that I think that they maybe should go get help or talk to someone else about it, and also making their family aware of what's going on so that they could be aware of the situation, so that if something did happen, they could know why.
We communicate more often now. I think we've figured out that no communication and the running away doesn't help, so we have solved that by communicating more and talking right after an argument about each other's feelings.
I look for sense of humor is always important. The personality, charisma, being able to hold a conversation with me without feeling like you're talking to a big wall.
They have to be a Christian, and they have to be funny and make me laugh, and they have to be really sexy.
In order for a relationship to work, they have to be on that friend-based level, someone you can, spend your quality time with, whatnot. They have to be funny, energetic, and they have to keep up with me.
Somebody that's kind of relaxed like me, don't get upset about stuff, don't get jealous too soon because that's a hot mess, and then just somebody you can chill with, just basically.
Turnoffs would include bad hygiene, we'll go with that. Stuff like just being overbearing, not really giving me space to breathe, that would be stuff that would be a big turnoff.
I guess if a girl is really demanding and obsessive, like really attached, that's a big turnoff for me. And I'd have to say if she doesn't find my sarcasm humorous, I guess a lot, or if she just can't deal with sarcasm, then that's a big turnoff. And if she's high maintenance, I hate those high maintenance girls.
Selfishness would be the big one. Self-centered. When you get married, it's no longer two individuals. It's two people, but you're one. So you always have to be thinking about what's best for the other person. And if one person's not doing that, or neither people are doing that, it just gets a mess. And I'm sure, I don't have kids, but I'm sure it gets even worse when you have children.
Sex is not important. I believe I want that intimacy and trust and that good old-fashioned love, but my partner sees different.
It depends on who the person is. I mean, it can be and it can't be, so.
I think it depends on the relationship and depends on the people. Some people might use sex to keep their relationship alive. Some people maybe don't need sex to do that. Maybe they find other activities to be connected with.
I practice abstinence, and you should too. Who's ever watching this, it's not important. When she gets a ring on her finger, you know, all is well. I guess.
Oh yeah, I've met a lot of parents in my day, and it went well. I get along with adults really easily, so I know how to get on the good side.
If it didn't work out between the parents, would you call it quits?
Definitely.
So being able to speak to the parents and have like just a good communication is a huge deal for
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely important, especially for African Americans, because sometimes relationships aren't always accepted. So if you're not accepted by the parents, there's really no way you can be accepted by the female unless you're just willing to fight, and she's the one. So.
Well, when I met her parents, it actually did go really well. I don't know if they really knew that we were together yet or not, because we didn't really know if we were together yet or not, but it went well. It definitely can affect your relationship. I like to believe that it wouldn't, but you always want to meet the family, and you want them to like you, so if they come off as if they don't like you or they don't want to like you, it can be very frustrating.
At least initially, they didn't particularly care for me, but they're also really passive aggressive, so I pretended not to notice. But it's taken some time, but I spent more time with the family, and the more they got to know me, at least I think the more they like me.
I've lived with him over the summer, and it has made us tighter. Although some things are seen, because I see a lot of things that annoys me about him, and he sees a lot of things that annoy him about me.
Okay, well, thank you.
It's kind of a hit or miss, I think. My brother, I know, he started living with his girlfriend right out of college, and that ended up leading to a breakup. So it could be a good thing in terms of it'll give you kind of a taste of what maybe marriage would be like, and if you're not prepared for it, then you'll realize that. And at the same time, it might be an enjoyable experience to be around him all the time.
Okay.
I kind of did this summer. We learned a lot about each other. I will not do it again. Men, do not live with your woman. You know, it's a personal choice, but I will not do it again.
I would say they should sit down and make sure it's a decision they're both comfortable with, and probably go see a couples therapist, even if they're not having problems, just so they can make sure they won't have problems in the future, and just be open and honest with each other about where they want the relationship to go in the future.
Premarital counseling. It's wonderful. Do it. My personal view is marriage is kind of a lifelong thing. It's a big commitment. Go through premarital counseling, especially with somebody you know or maybe you respect their relationship, and knock out as many problems beforehand as possible.